and Country Program Action Plan, and overall to UNDP's new Strategic Plan 2014 through 17.
This 4-year project aims to reduce the Gambia's vulnerability to sea level rise and associated impacts of climate change by improving coastal defenses and enhancing adaptive capacities of coastal communities. Conceived under the National Program Adaptation (NAPA), can significantly help the country in mitigating challenges in climate risks, safeguarding its pristine coastal areas. Rohibite, GRTS.
Well, that report by Rohibite takes us to our first break. We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia. Welcome back. Dozens of people are reported dead in Burundi. The deaths have been caused by torrential rains affecting much of the capital. The downpour has also damaged a vital bridge linking Bujumbura and Oviedo. The Bujumbura Municipal Council says it is overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of the disaster. We have details of that story in this report.
Dead, according to early estimates. Most of the bodies were brought to the hospital at Kemenge. People came steadily to be able to identify family members. My house was swamped, and when I tried to get my children inside, the house collapsed. One of my children died as I was saving the others, and I don't know where my other children are. At least 80 people were also injured in the storms. The raging waters also caused serious material damage. More than 400 homes were destroyed, along with roads and bridges. The bridge linking Bujumbura to Oviedo collapsed. So we are blocked here, and we could not go in. This is the first time that Bujumbura has experienced such a devastating natural disaster. Some 48 hours later, President Nkurunziza was on site, praising the unity of his countrymen and women. Since the announcement of this disaster, everyone has mobilized to bring help to the families in distress. There has been real solidarity here, and I am praising this unity that you have shown. Municipal authorities in Bujumbura say there is little they can do following the disaster. The mayor has called for international aid.
Well, Iranians are marking the 35th anniversary of the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Tens of thousands of people thronged the streets of the capital Tehran to mark the day. Addressing celebrants, President Rouhani says he is ready to reach an accord with global powers on Iran's controversial nuclear program. We have more in this report by CFI.
The families paraded through the streets of Tehran on Tuesday for the 35th anniversary of the Islamic Revolution. This year there were few of the familiar Death to America slogans heard, as Iran and the so-called Great Saturn have become closer. Western powers have begun to lighten the economic sanctions against Tehran in exchange for the scheduled freezing of the Iranian nuclear program. Known as a moderate, President Rouhani has said he is ready to negotiate a global accord with world powers. Talks will reopen on February 18th in Vienna. The two parties are assessing the progress in the accord signed 3 months ago. Iran and the IAEA agreed on 7 new active steps that will be carried out by May 15th of this year. At the same time, Iran is continuing to develop its conventional military capacity. The defense minister announced on Monday that 2 new ballistic missiles were tested. Today, we are blessed to have been able to test the long-range ballistic missile with a fragmentation warhead. The test was a complete success. The two camps must negotiate. The United States wants to avoid a regional conflict with Israel, and Iran wants to jumpstart its economy. But the Islamic conservatives are there. Supreme Guide Ali Khamenei accused the U.S. of a double game and called for the people to be vigilant. He stated that Iran will not give up its right to nuclear development and can drive back any military attack.
The very difficult question is being debated in Washington of when a government can order a deadly strike on its own people. A senior U.S. official tell news network CNN the Obama administration is discussing whether to carry out a drone strike on a suspected terrorist overseas who is also an American citizen. CNN's Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr looks at the factors at play and deciding whether the stage is right for a lethal operation.
Newly released security camera footage obtained by the Washington Post, a van pulls up next to a vehicle on the streets of Tripoli, Libya last October. Watch as U.S. Army Delta Force commandos jump out and grab Anas al-Libi, an alleged al-Qaeda operative. In seconds, the suspect is captured. But raids like this one aren't always an option for terror suspects. The usual option, drone strikes. Right now, inside the Obama administration, discussions are underway about launching a military drone to kill a specific American citizen overseas affiliated with al-Qaeda, who the U.S. believes is a threat. The story was first reported by the Associated Press. No one will say who the person is or where they are hiding.
The administration's argument is that this is an individual that's playing an important role in an armed group that's conducting hostilities against the United States. And the options for going after this individual are limited to just this way. They can't capture them, they can't get the local government to involve itself, and so therefore this is the only option left.
In 2011, a U.S. drone over Yemen targeted and killed American-born cleric Anwar al-Awlaki, a major figure in al-Qaeda. U.S. drones have killed 3 other Americans overseas, including Awlaki's teenage son, who his family says had no al-Qaeda ties. President Obama has made it clear he will go after Americans if the threat is justified.
His citizenship should no more serve as a shield than a sniper shooting down on an innocent crowd should be protected from a SWAT team.
Opponents are not persuaded.
This debate that's going on within the administration is a debate that's based on secret evidence, secret laws, secret interpretations of laws, being hidden from courts, being hidden from Congress, being hidden from the American people.
There are a number of American citizens fighting in countries like Somalia, Yemen, and Pakistan. But if the U.S. wants to go after one of them and kill the person, they must make a legal case that that person is posing an imminent threat to the United States. Barbara Starr, CNN, the Pentagon.
Time now to join the center at the day's weather report.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without season. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton, just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.
Hello viewers and welcome to Weather Forecast. We had a clear sky, sunny and a warm afternoon. The satellite picture indicates convective clouds over parts of Central and Southern Africa, also over Madagascar. These clouds will eventually give rain and thunderstorm over affected areas, as over the Gambia and Senegal remain completely clear. For tonight, it will be cool, dry and stable across the country. and this condition is expected to persist until tomorrow in the morning, with occasional breezy conditions then becoming sunny and warm in the afternoon.